Okay, that's very sad. Well, you're missing half the first game. Good to know, good to know. Black Archangel taking a lot of damage in the bottom lane already. It's kind of to be expected against the Mars Mirana. And the mid matchup trying to get the bottle ASAP. Should be pretty much done for the Lina. I know high ground misses luckily enough. And yeah, Mello is doing a good job at last hitting some creepers. 3 denies as well. Pagaru. So you're taking a lot of damage. Full Spirit Siphon coming out from Black Archangel. And the high fives do coming through. Show a little bit of that sportsmanship. Well, first blood does get secured. Sorry for the distraction. Busy trying to sort stuff out because the stream died. And I also made a very big mistake in the meantime. Nonetheless. Manic has his bottle, with of course the water rune added in. Stack some neutrals so that he can get some easy farm later on. Panto does die top lane. And Mello, he's stacking the small camp, which is easy stackings, easy farmings. I mean, right now Manic is doing the exact same thing, easy farmings. The power of a storm. It is a very flash farming hero.
The prize is mine.
No, you don't.
Yonder I wander. I mean, they're just chilling right now. Afterlife is going for bracers. Probably gonna get himself some extra strength soon enough with the ring. And where is he going? Why does he want a Ring of Basilius? Or no, Basilius. Probably what it's called. I have no idea how you pronounce that specifically. But is he going like a magic damage build Razor, or why would you otherwise? I don't think he's going for the Helm of the Overlord or the Wraith, but I haven't seen that Wraith pact a lot. I've heard from people that it's really good, but I have not seen a single pro match where it's being played. I guess it just gets targeted down very quickly. Manic taking a lot of damage from Mello. Oof, one more right click. Mello's going deep. He's going deep. Manic going for the TP. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. He doesn't have if he had Electric Vortex, he'd have an easy kill there.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Okay, Black Archangel suicides at the tier 2 tower mid. Randomly. Remember that when that was the thing? Bottom lane though. Another kill on the Tiny. He's left alone because, well, Black Archangel just runs into the enemy tier 2 tower. So that puts a Tiny for a while in a 1v2 lane. And he's in a 1v2 lane against the Mirana plus Mars. That is just losing your life immediately. There's nothing you can do against that. You get speared, you get arrowed, you're dead. That's like a freaking 7-8 second stun. Manic, not having the best of times. Seju is actually enjoying life. He has 2 kills and is just behind the Storm in net worth. Panto, though, he's gonna get caught. But yeah, again, no Electric Vortex, so no easy kills. Double damage picked up by Mello. The arrow lands. Yond is done for, and Mello gets himself his first kill of the game. He's doing a pretty decent job in mid. I mean, that's the easiest setup of your life, right? Nightmare into arrow every time.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Arrow lands. Manic Storm
Radiant's middle tower
gets blown to smithereens. Last hero TP's in, but he's not in a superb position because he's also dead. They do eventually lose the Mars in the bottom lane. Seju is going to stay alive, but yeah. 3 kills, 2 assists on the Mirana. Tier 1 tower is gone in 7 minutes. Mello's just top net worth. Second is Knight, and they are just going ham in their game. 2K net with advantage. Stealing the nice stack from the Storm Spirit as well on the side. Zip in, going aggressive. Manic doesn't have much lockdown. Nightmare comes out. Panto will eventually die, but they hold down the Hoodwink, who will lose his life, and Manic needs to just get out. Has the Zip available, and last hero in case it's needed. But honestly, they don't mind losing a 5 for a 4. Stealing a stack at the same time.
money to burn.
Just going for the quick bots rush on the Lina. He's going to have it at an exceptional timing. Arcane Rune. Scoop by Seju. Laguna gets used and Manic needs to fall back. I mean, the plus side is Afterlife's lane has been starting to struggle a lot more. And the Tiny's actually getting some decent farm. However, there's the arena coming out. Afterlife skewers him to the side with the rotation from the Razor. No TP's coming in to help out the Tiny. Can they get the kill? Very close. He actually TP's to safety. That's the armor from his level 6 coming in clutch. But in return, Seju still finds Yond, and another one gets scooped up by the side of Gambito Papito. First item, BKB. What a surprise. Afterlife double bracer plus soaring, and he's running around with 1340 HP. Last hero's trying to take down the top tier 1, but I assume the Tiny, yes indeed, Shud's going to head that direction. Because he's going to take down the tier 1 tower and use this area to farm.
Radiant's bottom tower needs a hand. Dire's top tower might be going down. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Okay, Panto made a bit of a miscalculation. TPing top. Is going to get dueled and will be the first duel victory of the game picked up. For last hero, plus the tier 1 tower will also be secured in the process. I mean, last hero's got 10 dual victory damage plus top net worth of his team. He's doing a solid job. Even though Knight, of course, did win the lane, but that's not too surprising. It's a freaking Razor. It's literally what the hero does. If you pick Razor and you lose the lane, then you're doing something horribly wrong. Mainly because you probably pick Razor into a terrible matchup. Like oh, I'm gonna pick Razor into Veno. Some weird stuff. And even then. Going in, Arena catch onto last hero, blow him up, and Yond as well. The arrow of Seju wasn't even necessary. They just completely, half a second is all they need. Look at the net worth on Panto. He is just fat. Humongous. Pure blubber. So as you going for the Spirit Vessel into the Yule Scepter. I mean, his farm is actually exceptional. He's right behind Last Arrow and ahead of Afterlife, which is actually even funnier in a different way. It is a reason. It's not a superb Spirit Vessel game though. It's a reasonable one. The problem is they can just spell it with the Legion Commander, and you know, DP is like the best target to Spirit Vessel, which is not a great target considering he's the only one that has really heavy healing. So topside Last Hero trying to farm in the creep camp. Will be surrounded. Nightmare comes out. DP is just gonna go for the straight DP. Last Hero Smackdown. Panther's not even going to use his Fiend's Grip. Speaking of which, he's going to TP bottom lane where they're going in onto the Razor. Bots TP coming out though. Fiend's Grip holds down the Storm Spirit, and that is a Storm kill, turning their attention to Yond. The Hoodwink is the next target. Nightmare surround him, and Mellow, he's just here to secure some money. Actually, Panto is showing his mid laner, you know, you can pick up that kill. I'll give you that kill. And the moment he gets the chance to do it, he just slams him.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
That is just some BM right there. Mellow and Knight. Top of the board by quite a decent amount. So you just chilling. Even Panto on the Bane has a reasonable amount to farm. It's just terrifying because Bane's a horrible farming hero. 15 last hits, a kill, 6 assists, and he's doing a reasonable job. No blink tag yet for Afterlife, but they're headed for Last Hero. They spot him underneath ward vision. They know he's in the trees. Afterlife is here. And yeah, it gets spotted that he Mirana ulted towards Last Hero. They spotted him running out though, which is part I'm wondering about. And also the fact that Razor just popped his ulti. I have the Storm for farming purposes. Okay. Why not? Oof. Black Archangel just slightly sidesteps it. Death Prophet is a fast hero, by the way. His base movement speed is 325?
Dire is scanning for enemies.
I think. Yeah, 325. Well, Manic is going for the... Okay, you don't see too often a Witchblade on the Storm Spirits anymore. Normally it's like Orchid Rush or Kai'San or maybe even a BKB first item, but going Witchblade is an interesting choice. I don't know if it's the correct one. They are 7k behind, and like right now it all looks very problematic at whatever they do. Jan spotted, speared, arrow on top. Throwing out the Spirit Vessel there, I guess for good measure, not that it matters too much, considering you just get a new charge. Mapanto is smoked up, looking for a target. Black Archangel, nightmared up. Arrow lands. The setups are so easy. Gambit indeed get another one.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They do actually lose Mellow in the process. Okay, that's a pretty big kill. Last Hero got dual victory damage off of it. The scan comes out. They know they're coming. Didn't even pop them around ulti. Oh no. Oh no. That is a 360 no-scope shot and a half coming up from Seju, the god on Mirana this game. Oof. Oof, oof, oof.
Tower is under attack.
Smiling Knight in the meantime just rushing up the refresh orb, but that shot right there. It's a beaut. Manik. Witchblade is done. Going for the BKB next.
Don't look good.
Wow, that is very unfortunate placement of the Observer Ward. Rip. Seju's money. Well, actually, not money. It doesn't cost him anything. Rip giving Black Archangel money. Blink in. Doesn't get the dual connection onto Seju because he's got them fast fingers on the leap. Afterlife right now, third in net worth. Has had a couple of kills. He was 0-2 and 0, and now he's 4-2 and 5. Once he got that blink, things turned around. Double damage Lina into the Roche bit, going for that easy first Aegis. Are they going to do anything against it? Not really. That should be an easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Roshan has fallen to the diet.
17-6. I mean, no sorry are definitely on the struggle bus.
Radiant's top tower ain't
Smoke
looking too
out.
steady.
Can they get a catch? There is no vision in the area.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Bane's going for the blink dagger. Oh, scan comes out. They know someone's on their own triangle high ground. Last hero running away. Courier, I think it just barely spotted him out, but instead they went for Yond on the side, and last hero at least gets the TP to safety, bottom lane. Another TP going away by Should. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Arena. Last hero gets caught. Best target to control in the arena because he's the only one that can save people. And even though they're not a lineup that has amazing pushing power, like, if you just are 9k ahead after 18 minutes, it's probably just going to be easy finish pushes soon. Like, Razor gets his BK, refresher at one point. What does Tiny actually have? He's got the Echo, Shard, going for the Shadow Blade, probably Silver Edge later on. I mean, it's always nice. You can definitely, like, one-shot most enemies. Lina's a little bit rough considering she's got... Well, Razor and Lina are pretty rough. Tiny as well. You could probably one-shot the Mirana, maybe? And the Bane. Well, the Bane definitely. The Bane actually has a gem.
Radiant fortified their structures. Pretty good
Which
move.
is remarkable.
Radiant's
Is that enemy's gem?
Dire's top
No, he bought a gem.
top rubble.
Well, the enemy doesn't have invis.
Dire's top tower
Yet.
is under attack.
Tiny doesn't have invis yet. Does of course mean that you can clear up all these camp. And a nice little board spot. But you can pretty much clear out all the vision of the enemy. The downside is you lose it, and you know, you give the enemy gem while you have a Mirana, which there's definitely a big downside to making a mistake here. Exo used from Black Arc. I can't even recall if I've seen a Exo from Black Archangel before. Big catch. Okay, Afterlife is caught, but Mellow and Smiling Knight are here. Manic is out of mana. Nightmare in. They'll find Yond. Actually, Fiend's Grip on last hero on the side as well. Knight coming through, but a great two-man stun has been yeeted in by Yond before he fell, and that actually keeps last hero alive for the time being. A chase onto Black Archangel, but Seju needs to be careful himself because on the other side we've got last hero. No duel.
Tower looks to be disintegrating.
Well, he has vision of last hero. He's hoping last hero stands AFK. But no way, Jose.
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
Heading out towards bottom. Miss Spear from Afterlife. A little bit uncharacteristic from what we've seen. Arrow trying to go for another no scope by Seju. This time around will not be able to connect. Alright, Black Archangel. Give me the high five.
Prize is mine. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Mallow 6-1 and 4. He's going Daedalus. Not Silver Edge. No straight up Daedalus. No fear. Bring the damage. Bring the heat.
To be Radiant's top rubble.
I mean, he did go for a Dragonlance after his BKB bots. But he's got, like, stupid attack range. Look at that. That is actually stupid attack range. Oh, he also has a Grove Bow. That's why. All the Tiny is caught. Going in for the Lina. But again, she's got the Aegis, so it doesn't really matter too much. Tiny is dead. Lina is back to full HP, full mana. Was gone in 50 seconds anyway. So she'll definitely take that trade. Afterlife level 4. Wait, I'm gonna just quickly check levels. Lina Mello is level 17. Manik. And then Tony both 15, which is reasonable. You got Afterlife, 2 head of... Actually... God, so she was playing... He's 6-0 and 10 on the Mirana.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Like, sometimes you actually see an effective Mirana, and it is so rare. It's like a freaking double rainbow.
Shadows take us.
Black Archangel in the trees, and there is also Tony with the Shadow Blade looking for a catch, but no one to peek in. However, bottom lane, man next Storm goes for the sip. He's out of mana, and he's easily chased down by Afterlife. Right. Oh, right. Smack. Okay, God's Rebuke in your back.
Dire are scanning. Trying to find those sneaky bombs.
They're just constantly hunting. Like, they're non-stop hunting. Which shows a very heavy pub attitude in the game. Which I definitely find hilarious. Aster and Black Archangel, gotta be careful. There are enemies nearby. Siju on the back end. Last Hero. Will they go for a catch? Will they go for a jump? He's just farming underneath ward vision. But Afterlife's here now as well. They spotted him out. And it becomes a lot scarier once the Mars joins in. He's got the BKB Blink. Deso next. On an item you see 1, 2, 3 every single time on a Mars these days. Normally it's just straight up Refresher Orb. But walk up the high ground and Yond tanks that gank. Hoodwinkle. Sag. Oh, he's got the shard, the new shard, which is overwhelming odds now grants armor for every unit and has increased duration. Oh, jump in. Duel onto the Mars. Why duel onto the Mars? Tiny never will have enough damage to kill off the Mars. I mean, I guess his goal there is to make sure no arena comes out and the Tiny gets away, but... yeah. This Mars is tanky. 2400 HP. Bunch of armor. Max level bulwark. Ooh. Silver Edge instead on the Lina, which I think is the better choice. Just in general, I think Silver Edge beats Daedalus 9 out of 10 times. Unless you're like a Dusa. I personally prefer the extra escapability, especially with the movement speed increase and stuff on Lina. Like, she just goes in hasted movement speed at that point when you pop the Silver Edge. I mean, 25% faster once you pop Silver Edge. Is nuts. In the meantime, they're going in for the Tiny. Can they keep him alive? No, of course not, because everyone who gets caught... I don't think I've seen a single save of the Legion Commander press the attack. That's how far apart No Sorry are playing.
Radiant's top tower's about to topple.
Well, Afterlife is just not taking damage because he's tanking the tier 2 tower.
Radiant's top tower's under attack.
Okay, he is very slightly taking some damage.
Radiant's top tower ain't looking too steady.
But he's using the bulwark to soak up all the, well, most of the hits from the tower as well. Tier 2 is gone. Mid wards. Looking for a fight, but yeah, Afterlife, I mean, he had a catapult wave. He might just, couldn't Could have just gone for a little bit of a tickle up the high ground, though. Waiting for Rose, getting the Aegis plus shard might be the safer option. Okay, definitely is the safer option. It's not even close.
Radiant's top tower's
But
under
the smoke out from No Sorry coming in. Will they be able to get the catch? Last hero. The arena comes out. The jump forward. They get the duel onto Pantomime. Last hero gets himself a dual victory damage, but he is going to die. Storm needs to zip away. All of his mana is now gone. Manic's going for the straight TP. They find themselves a 3-for-1. They only lost a Bane to a dual victory. Which, of course, is sad that they gave away dual victory damage, but he's 40 damage in. They've got 8 kills in total on the side of No Sorry. They're lucky they didn't get wiped.
Dire is scanning for enemies.
There is definitely a big difference between these two teams. In every sense of the word.
Ready to burn.
Oh my god, TwitchCon Amsterdam is going to have a live drag showcase.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Double damage.
That's pretty nuts.
Shadows take us.
Radiant's bottom tower needs a hand.
There's a big fat duel coming on. Seju's dead. That's a 6-kill streak picked up, but in the Roche pit, Fiend's grip on Manic. He's gonna lose his life. They get the control onto Black Archangel. Look at the damage from Afterlife with that Deso. He's farming up some stacks. But yeah, they find 2 quick kills, plus the Aegis is on the Lina. Who got the shard, by the way? Anyone picked up the shard? Refresh on the Razor. I guess Storm picked it up? Yeah, Storm has the shard. Nice. At least they got something out of it. We'll be rolling up here on the back end. Let's say a bit of a nightmare coming through from their moves together, but in the end, it should still be an easy pick on last hero. Chasing for more, Jan gets smacked back. And a 21k net with advantage. They're going for the high ground push. There is still a tier 2 tower in the middle, so they can't go, well, tier 2 can easily get melted down, especially considering Seju is just walking in that direction. Zip going in for Mellow, trying to pop the Aegis. No Night Fiend's Grip available, but that means the BKB of Manic is going to be gone, whereas Afterlife still has his. Gets the arena off. Jan will be a dieback, and look at the damage coming out. The Mars just takes 60% of the Hoodwing's HP off with one God's Rebuke.
Radiant's bottom barracks has Radiant's
Full set of racks picked up. The creep wave has been cut by the Tiny, but they just need to push mid out anyway. Okay, Mellow's just getting his bottle refilled. Full Skadi delivered on the Lina. Tiny gets out. They won't spot him. If he gets his level 25 talent, then he has over 1,000 attack range. He would literally have 1,035 attack range, which is ridiculous. Oh, Manic got out again. Blink Spear. His Bane. Which is not to be, of course, confused with actual Bane. Which is Panto. Last hero. He's got the gem. Okay. Oh, he's got the gem that he... Is that the gem that he stole from Panto? Yes, indeed. That is the gem he stole from Panto.
Middle tower is under attack.
Yeet in the fireballs of death.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Attack speed increased by 385 and movement speed by 28%. Brrr.
Radiant's middle tower's not feeling the love.
Stack duration increased to 15 seconds. Is pretty long.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
You don't have to... You initially have to spam a lot more spells, but you don't have to spam it as often anymore, which is kind of a cool plus. Now gains the charge whenever a spell damages an enemy. Dragon Slave. Boom. Go ham. And this done on the Bane. High ground push to come through. 30k net worth advantage after 33 minutes. Indeed, you're seeing it correctly on your screen. That's a lot of money. Run ulti used. Afterlife, just walking up the high ground.
More fun this way.
I always like seeing Radiant's
How are they going to defend this? Catch onto Black Archangel. DP is just evaporated. Doesn't have a buyback. But they didn't invest much into this attempt. Panto going for the Fiend's Grip onto Manic is going to get interrupted. BKB used by the Storm, and Panto will die on the side. But they will get Black Archangel to die back. Manic just barely gets out of the arena. Laguna Blade comes out. Manic getting disengaged. Smiling Knight on the chase, very deep. The Tiny is actually the one going for the rest of the team, but Afterlife pops the BKB, and at that point doesn't take a single point of damage. GG gets called, and that is indeed Gambit taking game number 1, which is kind of not too surprising.
Radiant Agent is nothing but rubble. Dire take it all the way.
Well, there wasn't really much to it. They just dominated the lanes, and at that point, they, like, this says enough, right? There's not much, like, debating on how well they could have done, how much better they should have been able to do, but they just got smoked. Well, I'm going to go to a quick little break before the next game starts. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for some more Dota 2 Champions League shenanigans. A Gambit versus a No Sorry. Game number 2, draft on the way. My name is DK Truman. And we'll get ourselves a nice, hopefully a nice showing.
It's Dyer's band now.
We got ourselves DP and Clockwork.
Seconds. 5 seconds left.
Sorry, I just had to note the I made a mistake. Sorry, Rui. In case you're watching.
Radiant's turn to ban.
So Bane Morphling. For the side of No Sorry, of course, always solid to have, though Clockwork Death Prophet, very good against Bane. Hard to deal. They've got the silence, they've got the battery assault, hook shot to interrupt the Bane Fiend script, of course.
5 seconds left.
And on the other side, well, you know, Morphling is a nice hero, but I'm not a big fan of Morphling in the current patch. I mean, of course, you can't go for the E-Blade build anymore because E-Blade's more oriented towards magic, int type heroes, which Morphling definitely is not. So you're more looking, I've seen some Diffusal Blade Morphlings, but most of the time it tends to be just straight up stats with like a Manta style, Lincoln Sphere Manta style, Ayaskari kind of build, Daedalus. And go ham. Hopefully my stream doesn't die this time around. I do not know why it has died 3 times already this stream. It never tends to die. It is one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. Might be because I'm streaming with a 5-minute delay, but still, it should not die.
Disruptor.
I was already wondering why they said F in chat. Let's see, Disruptor. I mean, silence is always good against Morph. You can get the Ags later on. It's also a good way to interrupt the Bane, especially if you get like a Blink Dagger on Disruptor, but you know, Glimpse plus Static Storm are always amazing against Bane and Morphling because it forces Morphling pretty much to get a BKB, and considering you also have a DP on the other side, BKB is going to be a very big necessity. And with Clockwork, of course, you can get a nice hook shot, catch them inside the cogs, and then throw the rest out on top with the good old classic Static Storm. So have as much nice AoE control as possible. You know exactly what your enemy's offlane duo is going to, safe lane duo is going to be. It's going to be a Bane Morphling. There's very little, like Morphling could possibly go mid. Bane can technically go for, but very unlikely, especially since Skywrath Mage gets picked up, which is another odd choice. Not a hero with any escapes, so the moment Clockwork gets on top of him, he dies. The moment Disruptor glimpses him, he dies. Definitely doesn't mean that Gambit's going to need to get like Glimmers and Force Staves and loads of orbs in this game.
5 seconds left.
Which I'm assuming it's going to be a Ponto Disruptor, Clockwork for Seju, and then an off-lane DP? I mean, could still be a mid DP. Slardar. You don't even know your enemy's safe laner. Slardar Sky, I mean, nice blink stun into Mystic Flare. It's pretty okay. Very target oriented draft though on the side of No Sorry, not really team fighty. They have a lot of pickoff, but Bane single target, Sky single target, Slardar single target. Luckily enough, there is a Medusa, so that is a good single target. that you need to nuke down, but D2CL, it takes quite some time to knock her dead. Does mean that it's
10 seconds.
looking more likely that Morphling's gonna go for the Diffusal Blade.
It's Radiant's ban now. Dire's turn to ban.
Because it's, of course, exceptional against D2CL. But it's also not bad against heroes like Clockwork, where you drain his mana and he's kind of like a useless tool. D2CL Disruptor against the Slardar Sky.
10 seconds.
Magic Stick is going to be supreme in that lane.
5 seconds.
And the Evoker Lina banned out. I mean, you're going to need to get something good to beat up Mellow in the mid matchup. Luckily, oh, actually, no, not luckily. Last pick is for Gambit, which is a problem for No Sorry. That means they can always decide to adjust their lanes accordingly and make it really rough. You're probably looking at getting yourselves a Spirit in the mid matchup, I guess. A Void Spirit, Ember Spirit, Storm Spirit, Earth. Well, no one plays Earth Spirit. Or you go like Quap, though Quap is also nearly never being picked up anymore. Maybe just go Kunkka? I wouldn't mind a Kunkka. Actually, for both teams, Kunkka is pretty okay. Oh, sorry, could do with a Kunkka. Like, they don't really have any team fight. At all.
Dire's turn to pick.
So having some might just turn things around. Especially considering Kunkka's also a pretty decent save against, like, glimpse. You just X mark a person that's about to get glimpsed.
10 seconds. 5 seconds left.
Rough scenario. No Sorry, last pick. Could technically swap the Sky mid or Morphling mid if they want to go for some weird shenanigans. Also, No Sorry really need to adjust their flag. Because one thing that is fun if you're making a team, and you send in like an image, the left side is the flag's front and the right side is the back, so it gets slapped around and people usually just send a normal image, which as you can see looks weird. Bat Rider pickup for No Sorry for the mid lane, and it's going to be Mellow last pick Storm, which, I mean, of course, later down the line, Storm is amazing, but is it good against the Bat in the laning stage? I mean, I guess the Magic Stick, Magic Wand is pretty nice, and you're probably going to go for Electric Vortex, at least one value point, otherwise you just die. Storm doesn't have the best attack range, but he does have a lot of harass. I mean, I'm going to go Gambit because they just look so stupidly dominant in game number 1. Bum, bum, bum.
Gaze upon Medusa's beauty and despair.
Prepare for battle.
Sorry for that very loudness. Also, I think I saw something that I really should not have seen. Twitter gets weird sometimes. Nonetheless, what do we have? We've got ourselves Morphling saying hi. Panto, of course. Oh, they had no vision because the Morphling saw everything, but he placed an aggressive Observer ward. They didn't have their own Observer, but is Panto gonna guess it? Come on. RNG's is on your side.
I love some skipper around out there.
Magic stick first. Unsurprisingly, placing a very deep observer ward. Look at this high ground grouping. Knight. I think Smiling Knight might get first blooded here. He is underneath vision and he's walking towards the bounty. Are they going to go for the kill? Or... they're going for a bit of a wild brawl. Morphling actually, Afterlife grabs the bounty and no kills come through. 3 bounties still being picked up by Gambit. So, yeah, they could have gotten first blood. Or they could have gotten 2 bounties. But they got so stuck up on deciding between the two that they just... Gambit just get 3 bounties. Oh, sorry, really need to hammer down on those decision-making skills of theirs. Sticky napalm stacks, as many as you can. So he's got a magic stick, and once the sticky napalms are gone, he doesn't give a damn. Actually, he does definitely need to be very careful. He needs to get himself some magic armor quickly. Or, what's the name? Infused raindrops, an item I legit pretty much never buy. Which is dumb, because that item can save your life like a million times. Magic stick. No magic stick yet. The enemy team going for just a couple of mana cost reductions. Both offlanes doing pretty decent job. Mid lane Mellow is hammering on the last hits. One thing that the Batright is, of course, really terrible against is last hitting creeps. Attack damage is 45 compared to the 63 of the Storm Spirits. And his attack animation is also, like, dreadful. It is going to be Panto taking down first blood for Jan, though. So, nice first blood for no sorry.
Radiant's courier has been killed. Serves you right, stupid courier.
But Mellow is dominating mid. Half a level ahead, even a little bit more. Oh, no, actually a little bit less. But Monarch's going to grab the Water Rune. Actually, we'll be grabbing both of them. No bottle yet for Mellow. But he's got a full magic wand. And almost got his bottle. Like, this Storm is just having a solid game. Morphling topside with the Bane. Bane's got another added healing self plus mangoes. Support life matters. Panto needs to be careful. Jan does a lot of damage and Arcane Bolt only has a 5-second cooldown. Because they've shot a little bit longer. Panto does have himself 7 magic stick charges though, so a lot more survivable. Also has tangos, a healing self in case Smiling Knights need to sit. But yeah, they're annoying Panto, but who cares about a disruptor that gets annoyed? Speaking of a disruptor getting annoyed, I guess he's going... Nah, he does have a magic stick. He should be fine. Who paused? The disruptor that is about to die. That was possibly about to die. Paused. They called the Chi and they're going back in. Panto. Okay. He decides to use Thunderstrike instead of Magic Stick. That is a choice. And a very interesting one, I would say. Up towards mid, Mellow. Gots to be careful. There is someone on the back end. Yond for the Mellow kill. Going in is Manic. Yond is there as well with the damage. Mellow's going for the TP, and he actually gets out TPs all the way to safety. And that is a little bit unfortunate. Batrider didn't have his level 6 just yet, so couldn't go for the lasso play. But it does give him some control in that mid lane. Gets time to catch up in terms of experience against the Storm.
Tower is under attack.
And also a couple of creeps that Mellow missed. In the meantime, Smiling Knight bottom lane's having a right perfect time. Top side. Morphling's okay. I mean, you gotta be careful because both games, the first game, of course, you saw Mellow and Smiling Knight just go ham. Granted, they were on two completely different heroes, but if you get a Dusa that gets stupidly farmed, that is even worse than a Razor getting stupidly farmed. What can a Slardar realistically do against a Dusa during the laning stage? Unless Dusa walks out of position massively, should be a straight up survivable lane for the Dusa. Especially if they have some nice useful wards to make sure the camp gets counter-warded. For instance, Smiling Knight though needs to be careful. They're coming from behind. Will get stunned up. Glim sends last hero back. Can they keep Smiling Knight alive? Banto is actually the one in trouble right now. Bash of the Deep. Boom! Look at that damn. They find a big kill top lane. It is going to be a kill onto Black Archangel and Seju as well. Morphling very low in HP, but he'll be able to survive if Smiling Knight gets back towards his bottom lane to continue farming. But yep, it's a risky and aggressive game so far. Yond rotating around. He's going for the Rod of Atos. Get the easy Mystic Flare setup. And Morphling just swapping over towards full Agi. Gets the healing salve. Regions up a little bit. Back to strength he goes, and he should be just fine. Afterlife is a full level ahead. Even a little bit more than a full level ahead. And takes down the tier 1 tower. Seju coming in. Charging for Black Archangel. Gets the catch. The tower is gone. Black Archangel's in trouble. Spirit Cipher comes out. Panto does have a glimpse as well. So Black Archangel won't be able to get disengaged. But they actually sent the Disruptor top. So that means Smiling Knight did not have any defense in the bottom lane. And he just gets gone on, gets taken out. And they lose the Dusa, which is a pretty big loss. But the tier 1 tower top is gone. That means it's completely open. Like, the Dusa can just farm up top and have a perfect game from that point on. Actually, he went mid instead because the Storm is not there. He's actually stealing the enemy's jungle camp. Batrider bots. I always feel sad that the Batrider doesn't really do anything in the game until he gets his bots, which is a 2,500 gold investment.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, Black Archangel walks in his own jungle and he gets caught out. Afterlife still topside. Morphling is pretty tough of a hero to kill, especially once he gets his Morbid Mask. DD bottled for the Storm. That's always the good juice.
Storm Force double damage.
Mellow TPing bottom. Oh, where are they going? In onto last hero. Drag him back. Seju there trying to get himself the battery assault on top of last hero. But yeah, he's got infused raindrops. Bracer, power treads. This Slardar is very tanky. Like, if you go for Yond, sure, you can kill him in one fell swoop, but it's not easy to kill off last hero on the Slardar. Especially not with a Clockwork as your only companion. Speaking of the Clockwork, Seju's gonna get burned to a crisp by Manic. And Mellow decides, okay, it's too hot to stay bottom. Guess I'll rotate away to a position where I can actually be of use to my team. But can't go top because that's Smiling Knight plus Afterlife territory. So where can the Storm go? Spots out Yond. Silence gets used onto Panto, and Yond will get gone on. But Panto in return should also falter. Manic does have a lasso available. Is caught in the cogs with Seju. Mellow's just pumping out damage. On the side, Black Archangel gonna keep him alive. The Nightmare mistake coming out, but they get the control. Mellow got Fiend's Grip. Sorry, Fiend's Grip. Flaming Lassoed, which is pretty much a better version of the Fiend's Grip, and a double kill for Last Hero coming through. I mean, the Storm went deep. He thought he was like indestructible at that point, but he just gets caught. The Lasso of Death gets used, and Manic is ready to pick up his bots. Afterlife, why are they walking out so aggressively? Gambit have so much gusto in them. They have no fear whatsoever, which I don't really think it's warranted considering they are 9-4 behind. I mean, the first game they were absolutely insane, but again, Mellow's trying to go for last. Stop going for Last Hero. Like, you can't kill the Slardar. Stop it. Get help. Huzzah! Oh, Seju. Does he get himself his Tome of Knowledge? Yes, it's getting delivered. Yawned. Same story. Other side. So it's nice if he gets it before him and then gets hook shot battery. So the problem is the moment he hook shots Yawned, he's going to get... Oh, he doesn't even have hook shot. The moment he would, he's just going to get Mystic Flared inside his own little cogs and just die.
If I can't have you, go on with. Radiant are scanning for enemies.
Which is death waiting to happen. They're just going to need to get a bunch of Force Staffs on the Radiant side. Force Staffs, Glimmer Capes, Loadstorm later along the lines as well. Would, I mean, if you get all three... Like, this is a perfect Loadstorm game against the Bane, Bat Rider, the Infestation of the Slardar, the Skywrath Mage. Even the Morphling can be a nuisance. I mean, it's not E-Blade Morphling anymore, but it's still annoying. Nonetheless, 1k net with advantage for the Radiant side, because Smiling Knight's top of the board. Dragonland's done. Going for Manta style. They've got aggressive ward vision. They know Manic is in the area. So, immediately heading out towards your own triangle, which is the safest area on the map.
Radiant's bottom tower needs a hand.
Exo in mid. Afterlife using his big Exo. They're going in onto Last Hero hook shot. That's finally going to be a catch on the Slardar that he cannot get out of. Jiu gets the kill. Afterlife still has the Exo. Tier 1 tower in mid gets denied. Yan actually going in, looking for a kill here with the Mystic Flare. Does drop it, but Panta doesn't nearly take enough damage. 2 kills picked up. Double damage from Mellow. While all of this is going on, Smiling Knight's just AFK farming. Just doing his D2CL duty. Haha, duty.
Flares here.
Double damage.
Oh, Smiling Knight's just going ham. 1,500 gold above everyone else in the game, and the second highest is his own teammate. Eesh. But yeah, there we have it. First item load, so Afterlife knows exactly the perfect item that they need this game. Perfect. Lotus, and they're completely screwed. Half their spells can't be used on the target, and that's probably going to be the D2CL. And then you just have a D2CL in a team fight, right-clicking away, though. Panto is going to get Jump Mystic Flare on top. The Disruptor will lose his life, soul, heart, and everything he owns. Actually, should lower it a bit. Probably clean my room a bit. Maybe I should up it a bit again. Hook shot in. Catch onto them. Ooh, couldn't even swap towards strength. He is just gone. Melted. Dead for 30. Black Archangel's got the grip. He's going for the Fiend's grip onto Death Prophet. Deuce Stone Gaze. And yep, that is a very dead little bastard. Manic even gets glimpsed back. Doesn't have a BKB just yet. Make that 3 kills. And Fiend's grip used. A disastrous fight coming in for the side of No Sorry. Even stealing their stack. I mean, it's only a 2 stack, but still. The pain, the horror, the mayhem. Gambit's just a lot better. There's not much to really discuss. I mean, they do make mistakes as well, definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, but there's a reasonable gap between the two.
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
Farming away. Last hero. What's he going for next? BKB? Oh, he's got the shard. Mellow, though, has got Yawn, which also is nice. I don't really know why Smiling Knight pops his ulti. Are they gonna re-aggress? Let's see. Slithering Crush and cause it to apply Corrosive Haze for a short time to units affected. How much is the Slithering Crush range increase? Is that a lot? Bonus radius 75 on all sides. And it normally would be then like 275? I mean, it is a pretty big circle. And the Corrosive Haze around you is pretty nice if the enemy has Invis. They don't have Invis, but, you know, it's the thought that counts. Roshan gets taken down, Aegis on Mellow. Glimpse onto last hero, catch him inside the Saxon kinetic field. Hook shot in. I don't really think the hook shot was really that necessary. Considering you had a storm with DD zipping on top of him as well inside the Saxon kinetic field. But nonetheless, the kill comes out. Lasso onto the Deucer. They know he does not have the Aegis. But the Fiend's grip comes onto Mellow, and yeah, they might pop the Aegis, but they won't be able to get that much more. Black Archangel Fiend's grip again used, but he just does not have the easiest targets of his life. Will lose his life in the process. And Smiling Knight. I mean, that's the downside, of course. Mystic Flare distributes all the damage evenly among any heroes in the area. So, because they were all standing on top of each other, the Deuce barely took any damage. Oof. That Corrosive Haze automatic cast is actually pretty neat. So you don't have to cast Corrosive Haze in the team fight. Or at least not on the people around you immediately, which is nice. Oh, sorry. Another morph kill. Swaps towards strength. Not gonna survive. Gets a nice Slithering Crush. No Mystic Flare thrown on top because last hero is also already dead. Siju with the hook shot. Oh, Smiling Knight was on the high ground alive and waiting. And that's an 8k net with Lee. Honestly, like, this is already 2-0. What's there more to say? This Gambit roster is looking pretty mighty fine.
Do it with flair. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Are you kidding me? Elon Musk is the largest shareholder of Twitter. He owns 73.5 million shares. This man is just... He's a living meme. He's actually a living meme. I mean, that's, you know, he's at the fuck you level of money.
Dire's middle tower looks to be disintegrating.
Exo, tier 2 mid, gonna be the next target. Zip onto should, glimpse back. Help me, does have a waveform in one, jump up on top, no Psych Storm just yet. Mallow's going pretty deep, but still has the Aegis, so it's not, you know, that problematic. Though definitely does need to be a bit careful, because Fiend's Grip is a nuisance. And the DC of the D2CL was a mistake. Though at this point in the game, you might as well just... Okay, he's already back, just a quick restart. I'm just thinking at this point in the game, you know, even 4v5, they'd probably win.
I'm all for a little downtime.
Mid lane. Oh, actually, Afterlife in trouble. Lotus Orb does a lot here. D2CL ulti was used as well. Last hero gets himself back. The catch onto Black Archangel. No Fiend's Grip for the fight. Or will that? Actually, Hookshot coming in on the high ground. Spirit Vessel on Should does get the waveform to safety, but they're going to go for the tier 3 tower instead.
Dire's putting up a barricade.
Or are they? They're actually bailing. Remarkable. I mean, Lotus Orb in that fight, you saw how much it did. Like, all the spell reflex and shenanigans coming in, making it really tough for No Sorry to really do anything against DP. And, of course, he's got Spirit Siphon plus the Shard, which is insane. Manic, Lasso, take Banto with you. Kill goes to Manic. Not the best target to Lasso, but there aren't many other options this game. Smiling Knight, Invis Rune, jump up onto Saju. They will find a 4-4-4. Buyback even use onto the Disruptor. On the side though, big fat catch. Morphling, he actually mantas outside of the Saxstone kinetic field. Has a waveform available. Is trying to disengage. TP attempt. They don't have an interrupt. The stun, nothing. He will be able to get back to safety. But that was actually a very neat Manta style dodge. In the meantime, Afterlife for some reason is just chilling top. 409, no fear. I still think he's one of the best CIS or Eastern European mid offlaners. I just loved his Centaur, though in this current meta Centaur is a garbage hero. But I always loved it.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower
You
is
fuck.
fallen.
There's some weird things in the world happening.
Dire's top
The British
tower
government wants a royal NFT. Sure.
I'm starting to think this was premeditated.
Mellow kills off Manic. Smiling Knight really loves using his ult. Oh, Afterlife. Lotus Orb not available just yet. Mystic Flare gets used. But he's got Essence Ring. He's got Lotus Orb. They're walking in. Yon is already dead. Make that 2 kills. Looking for more. Run it down. I mean, there's still at least towers in the bottom lane. But honestly, just walk up the high ground. Gets at least 2 sets of racks at this point. Exorcism used. There's really nothing that can stop them on their bull run.
Dire's middle tower is fallen. Dire's middle barracks
Mow him down. Clean him up. Box him in.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen. Radiant are scanning for enemies. Boom, there it goes.
Smiling Knight only has 1 kill and 1 death, actually. Like, not really been part of that much. Compared to Mellow, who's 14 and 1.
Double damage.
Yeah, sure. Shiva's Guard next. More anti-healing against the Morphling. Why not? Plus vision gain. It's always nice. Like, it's so surprising he doesn't have a Lincoln Sphere this game. It's like a superb Lincoln Sphere game as well. Daedalus next for the D2CL. I mean, Manstell, Dragonlance, Ayaskadi, Chrysalis. Like, this D2CL is out of control. This Morphling's got Manta. And a Morbid Mask. And also don't forget about the Infused Raindrops. Give that mana regen. Oh, 0.8. Value. Spirit Vessel, 4-step still being built. Blink Dagger actually on Panto, interestingly enough. Instant Silence on the Morphling is also pretty nice, considering he's not going to have a BKB anytime soon. Not the target you want to jump.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
19k net worth advantage. I mean, Gambit have one very patient mindset, considering they are dominating both these games with a massive lead. So engage duration. Oh, Mystic Snake bounces. Didn't it have like a Mystic Snake cooldown reduction? Didn't used to be that. Mystic Snake bounces. I mean, for every jump you do more damage, right? Damage increased per jump by 35%. So the last one would be doing a ton of damage. And if you got like Ags, that would be pretty nice. But Stone Gaze duration, of course, means that they can't target you for longer. So you can just pretty much free right click anyway. Plus it gives you the damage movement speed increase. Panto is going to take a lot of damage but not die just yet. They use everything. D2CL ulti gets used in the area. And yeah, another attempt onto what is arguably the weakest hero on the side of Gambit. And it just does nothing. Like, Lotus Orb on top. Spiral Reflex gets rid of the silence. He walks away. It also, most importantly, gets rid of the Rod of Atos, so he doesn't get destroyed by the Mystic Flare. And he just walks to safety. He doesn't even have the 4-staff necessary. Clockwork is getting his 4-staff delivered, though. But this looks like the bottom set of racks. Black Archangel on the side is going to get spotted. Was he actually just not standing behind? I don't think he was standing behind the tree. They just saw him. I mean, Afterlife just walked in with the silence. The lasso drag onto the D2CL. But who are you dragging where? Like, this D2CL is going ham. Manic tries to get back to the fountain. BKB's over. He gets glimpsed. GG gets called. And indeed, that is going to be Gambit with the 2 null absolute beat down. And with a beat down, I mean beat down. Hot diggity damn. They got destroyed. They got annihilated. They got blasted. 2 games in a row. No chance whatsoever. But of course, that does conclude the series here. Pretty quickly. Yeah. And that means that I'm going to also go off the line. I will, however, be casting later. In give or take 2 hours, I will be casting DPC. Yes, indeed, you heard it correctly. DPC, Gorilla's Pride versus Ravens, which is going to be a fat matchup. I think Gorilla's Pride have the better odds, but personally, I think Ravens is going to beat Gorilla's Pride. So, hey, do with that information what you will. But I'm looking very much forward towards that showdown, that matchup, that beatdown. Well, actually, not beatdown. There's just that matchup. Ravens looking pretty nice. Gorilla's Pride, I mean, I'm a big fan of Now and Tao. But it's going to be an absolute doozy of a matchup, so don't forget to check it out as well. And in case I didn't see you guys, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Love you all. I should be streaming as soon as... I have no idea. I'm quickly going to check if there are any matches tomorrow. Not necessarily. Some Dota 2 Champions League matches. Some reasonable teams, but we'll have to wait and see what we're going to cast, or if we're even going to cast tomorrow. Don't forget to check out my Twitter at DKTrumanTV on Twitter, or join the Discord. I'll !! Discord in chat if you want anything from predictions to my casting schedule or my streaming schedule, which is kind of all over the place. And again, I hope you have a wonderful evening. Goodbye.